camera rig. Hello. Oh yeah. Drop shot rig. So let's see. Hot coffee. Cheers! Hello, beautiful fellow human beings. Packing up for tomorrow. Didn't get out today. Had a little bit of a lazy day. 'Tis Saturday. I'll make sure I have this on me because I've yet to tie a Palomar knot, to be totally honest. And I had my bag packed, however, I think I'm going to use this basket. I think I'll keep things from getting lost in the grass. So, and it fits in my bike basket perfectly. And continuing on, trying to learn some rigs for bass. Got just wire cutters and pliers. And some measuring tape and a nice big one, Fat Max, so you could see it in pictures. Because I try to get the fish back in the water as soon as possible. A lot of times I don't get pictures of them, but with that it's a lot easier to at least when it's have it laying down next to it, so you can kind of document that. And oh, earrings. Hello. Those look familiar. And probably gonna just hit the ponds. Probably won't make it to the coast tomorrow, but the pond is loaded. Someone actually caught a tarpon in one of the canals. Not out here, but it's connected to the same canal. Which, I can't believe that. That's wild. And a little guy, I could pull it up on Fish Brain. Alright, let me get this up. Well, let me show that real quick, because that was, is it in, let's see, Fish Brain. I got a notification for it. I don't know how I would find it on the app. Fish Brain, okay, yes. Yeah, and the L36 Canal, check that out. Little tarpon. And they go way inland on 441. Wild. But I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Let's see. Oh, I made a surf candy last night. I don't know where oh, here it is. I'm growing more and more convinced that this EP fiber is indeed for doll making. However, it's a little stiff. I haven't touched fish hair or any of the synthetics in person yet, so I'm not exactly sure. What's that? Let me hold it with tweezers. Still super zonked. I don't know what's happening. Little fish or surf candy. I still have to give it a little bit of a haircut and get a nicer taper on there. And I've been digging for my hair straightener, however I can't find it anywhere because I do want to get it a little straighter. Even though in the water it's not going to matter. Just for what's out with the Crystal Flash. I haven't made a surf candy yet. This is the first attempt. Shows really nicely under that resin. And those are the eyes that I made just with some glitter. Hello, Fierce. I'm actually looking for wigs. Wigs and hair extensions. I saw it on... there's a group on Facebook for beginner fly tying, and I was like, I don't know why I didn't think of that. I had quite a few wigs, however, I had some mistresses of the night staying at my apartment once. They needed a place to stay, so I offered my tent, but the one disappeared, and the other one was an older woman who had a stroke, and she couldn't move half her body, and she accidentally went to the bathroom in the tent, and she was really embarrassed. So I had her come inside, and the other one kept coming back and forth like for years, and she would always take my wigs. I had a bunch of wigs for Etsy pictures, and really, really nice lady. I was able to find her or get her back to her family, which was wild. They're walking by crying, and they got kicked out of their place. So long story short, I had a tent popped up in my yard already, and just offered him that for the night, but they ended up staying for a while, and like I said, the one disappeared. Anyway, Lake Worth is a very interesting place. Let's see, so it's the stuff, it's like fake hair, like the hair from wigs, that, but also there's like glitter strands, and I thought I had, yeah. And since it's Halloween, after Halloween, this stuff is going to be dirt cheap, so I gotta start planning what shops have Halloween stuff. I can't believe how brilliant that is. And I feel like this is going to move a lot nicer than the EP fiber I've been currently experimenting with. Hello, Yellowbeard James Gibson. Ooh, Connor Maynard. That doesn't ring a bell. Let me take a screenshot. It's the easiest. I gotta find my notebook. It's always distressing losing a notebook. Cocktaila Eker. I guess the P is R. AK. Oh man. Oh, I hope you're having a beautiful night regardless of it. And the world is so shattered feeling right now. And in Southeast Florida. And all the best wishes for, unfortunately, everyone involved. I can't imagine. Let's see, hello Rashidov. Hello Mikhaila. I am probably not the best person to ask, but feel free to ask any questions. I will answer. I will answer as, oh, fiercely, you don't have to worry about nothing. I do have an idea for weighted eyes, though. I was about to throw away the skirt, and then, but there's a lot of hardware on it. Here's my face. There's a lot of hardware on it. I gotta get the phone tilted a different direction. So I'm thinking I can take, let me get one off first. These little like studs. And that's a lot of steel to just toss. There's a bunch of holes in it. Really comfortable skirt for working in outside. Keep things off your legs. However, these made it impossible to wear because the little legs bend like nothing. And so you'd sit and get you'd get stabbed. So what I'm thinking is either cutting those feet off. I'll try that first, because I can make weighted eyes with these. I need to find my glasses. So this stuff shoots off so fast and it's so sharp. Once I got a piece of copper stuck in my eye, and that was terrifying. I also had silver melt into my leg. So my idea thus far is a thick piece of mono. I'm going to melt the end, ball it up, and put some UV resin in there and cure it. Might as well do two. Yeah, there's too much steel on this to just throw away, so I'm probably going to be taking these off anyway, because even on the bottom of boxes, these could be hammered in, or frames, leather work. And the little legs are able to be bent back and forth quite a lot without snapping. I really wanted, because the weighted eyes, I just don't know what size to get. And like, I can't really conceptualize the sizes. And they come in such dang small packs. And I'm still in learning mode, so I want to use what I got. Let's see. Yes. So if anybody wants a giant cherub, it's got a hole in the back to hang. We got this bucket of fishing line that I just pulled for mangroves and that kind of thing. And if I don't have any, oh, this looks thick enough for experiment. Pull some more out. Stuff is really good for crustacean eyes, all kinds of stuff. And the thinner stuff could be used for wrapping glass minnows. And this is the braided line that I was making the necklaces with. It's super strong. And since it's been used, the color doesn't really bleed or anything like that. Oh, I have a different kind. Oh, I gotta cut that out. That's really nice. I like just throwing beads on it. They used to call them love necklaces, I think, in the 70s. My mom used to make them when she was a kid. And, oh, there's sabiki. Oh, I can make a sabiki. I can make my own sabiki. That is so sick. That's probably my most used rig for bait fish and just for fun. Because you really just throw it down there and then it gets full of fish. Sometimes even all the hooks are... Yeah, I didn't even really notice this. Anytime I look at this, I see it something else because I'm always using scraps. Alright, so let me think. Hello, Ian. How you feeling today? Yeah, every now and then on weekends I disappear a little bit. However, I was just hanging around and I figured I'd pop on. I'm gonna try to... I found what those weights are in that fishing kit. They're called... Let's see... nail weights. So I gotta look up how to use those. I'm just gonna pack stuff for the pond. Try and make it more of should I flatten that? No, I'll just do it like this first. Maybe I should, okay, do it short because then really short, because then if I have two I could maybe use it for the Crazy Charlie or something. Gotta get some resin in a cup. I keep wanting to get a little bottle to put this stuff in. I don't think it's too necessary though. I see these really tiny bottles in videos with a needle nose, but no, I don't do well with the applicators that are like needles. It gets clogged so easy, and sometimes they'll work until like I'm actively falling asleep, so things don't get unclogged properly. Okay, I'm just gonna get a good amount. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work, but I could always use the resin to keep rounding this. And perhaps I should move this. Oh, I could work in a cup. Silicone cup. Really useful for just about everything. And I've already, okay. Just so dang curious if this is gonna work. Because that's a lot. And I could probably even hide the lead wire. Wrap the end of the mono with the lead wire a little bit just for some added weight. I'm not sure. Alright, so I'm gonna drop some in that thing. Yeah, I'll probably dip the whole thing in resin after. Put that aside. Try and get that centered. Oops. Just gotta get, oh, no. Alright, working in a cup is not easy. Just gotta try to get it in the center. Just now realizing the other side's gonna be very difficult. Hey. This might work a little better than I thought. Got one eye on, not all the way cured. I'm wondering if I should finish it before trying to add the other side. Maybe I should just dump the whole thing in it. slow. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. I threw it in a donation bag. Well, this skirt I threw in a garbage bag, honestly, because it's seen its days. Hey, that might work. Every time I kneeled down, I would get stabbed intensely by these little things, and enough was enough. That might do something. Get the other side on. That's it thus far. Okay. I should probably put wax paper. I will after this one. Just put it. This stuff is amazing. I need to put a mask on. Well, it's just a quick little experiment. Because if this works as endless eyes, I mean, even if it doesn't really work, I'm still gonna use them, especially for practice. Okay. Just don't want it to cure. Hardest part probably is just getting it a little. No. Shit. Okay. Push that. No. Maybe hot glue the metal cups down, and then they'll stay a little better. Not bad. One last thing to buy, especially practice, because I really do run through stuff quick. Oh god. It is hard to see the resin when it's backed by metal. Might as well start slow. I really think I could hide a lot of the lead in there. Okay, I'm gonna put this under the light. Get a better cure on that. Put this aside. Ooh. Hello, Trevor. Can use a nail to unblock it. Yeah, that is true. Some of them are so dang thin. And I had some irrigation flags, but I've officially run out. I gotta go back to my parents. Irrigation flags, the metal is super thin and really sturdy. Been using those for a lot. I'm pretty good today. I didn't get much done. Well, laundry, that kind of thing. Which reminds me, detergent and vinegar. Out here is well water, treated well water, but what I found, it's an old school trick, adding vinegar to your wash. No vinegar smell is left over. Your clothes are softer, and there's so many uses for vinegar. That is wild. I think that's gonna work. That is too cool. Also packing up a little bit for tomorrow. I need to look up what a nail weight is. How to use nail weights for fishing. I couldn't really. Security in your bait. Yeah, cast and skip your bait without fear of inserting. Okay, that's what I thought. That is too cool. It's these little nails, quite literally, and just been slowly learning how to use all this because I've been wanting to target bass, and this is literally to target bass. So again, thank you for Sid, because this is next level kismet. And these things are nail weights, and you could put these in your soft plastics to get more weight, which I'm usually using such a lightweight pole that it's ideal. And learning some rigs, I'm leaning on the Texas rig. It seems to be like pretty much what I've already kind of string together, but I want to make sure everything's good to go. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is gonna fit perfectly. Bring some leader just in case, and gloves. And it's just a little pond. Shoot, I think oh yeah, they're in here, I think. Just need the garden gloves. Keep the spikes from going in my hand, which I know I just gotta experience that. Oh, I do have gloves. Oh. Yeah, I might as well bring the proper ones. These are $2 at Walmart. But look how much grip is on there. And they just had one size, and usually gloves are way too big. But fits perfect. A lot of grip to it. I really do wish I had a Walmart out here, because their section for tackle and camping is ideal. And it's really affordable. Got a load of these guys. Never used them before. With the like classic one. These are $1 a piece. For tiny little fish, heck yeah. Got a few different kinds. And a frog. Walmart. All the Gucci you could possibly need. Oh yeah. Like a cricket. Which looks just like the ones out here. It's probably my favorite. Call it the Blub. And 2 of these guys. This one looks very oceanic and a little more that, I don't know, they're really, really nice looking. Don't know if I showed these last time, but I found these. Don't know if there's a way to get this plastic off, but I was gonna try to resharpen the hook, because it looks like really nice. It looks like it'll move really nice, and it's got a lot of weight to it. I also found this shrimp. I gotta just take them off and add new hooks. I can't pass up anything down there. I mean, I pick it up anyway, but like a lot of it, I take it home. And this one kid, oh my god. I need to get my eyes checked immediately, because we were at Cato's Bridge, and this kid walked by, fistful, brand new, really, really Gucci lures. Like, I was swimming up, down, all around, found maybe a weight. Oh my god, about like, probably like $100 worth of lures. And he was mad stoked too, so it was really cool to see. But I didn't see a single thing. I remember swimming for hours. Got some good footage. And I look really closely to see, because when you're under a bridge or any structure, there's so much growing on the pylons that, like, it's hard to look away. I wish I could hold my breath longer to stay down there longer. I don't know what it is about diving with tanks that scares the crap out of me, but gut sheelers. I still can't find the specific pattern for a kingfisher. I think because maybe the kingfisher like is used to describe blue in a lot of the lures, so there's tons, and but I'm really trying to find it. Oh, cool. Drinking. Lamb gut. What's that for? Oh, it's for violin. I'm a reseller at heart, so any objects that I haven't seen before, I like to at least half-ass commit them to memory. There's a group on Facebook called What Is This? And it's just like little random parts. And there's so many of them, like they'll usually be answered by the time I find them, but that's where I get my ego boosts, really, is from being able to identify objects. And I don't know what it is about objects, I just really dig objects. Let's see. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. It's like when you, especially there's a little dive museum in Boynton, and that's just south of here, and it does a good job showing all the different routes people took to get down there and stay down there, and like a lot of people here would go to the paint store, and I guess back then paint cans had a round glass lid so you could see the color, and they would use those glasses and an inner tube of a bike tire or what have you to seal it on their face. I can never find pictures of it like online. Gotta get back down there. Yeah, vinegar. Vinegar is super useful. My mom uses vinegar to clean. Let's see. What else was there? Oh yeah. Yes. Just gotta flip it around like it's an oven of sorts. I keep meaning to make a UV box, perhaps with like a fan on it. They sell them, but it looks really easy to make because they sell the UV lights in strips, and you could wrap that around the box. I have one up there. It's a drying box for something. Oops. Then I flipped it around. That box, this thing, I think my grandpa made it to dry little bits of stuff. I don't think there's any there. Oh, flower things. But yeah, I have had this for like 10 years now because it was just a weird little creation that's definitely got a function. And I've used it a lot for when I'm painting small objects and I don't want anything to land in them. Is the phone gonna stay? I think so. Is that done? I think that's gonna work. Maybe just try to get them closer together. Huh. Very nice, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make them closer together. And again, it's just these studs on this skirt. Which, if I got them all off, maybe it could be a work skirt again. But never again. The pain. I don't know where my safety glasses are, so that's why I just simply close my eyes. Yeah, these could be used for all kinds of things. Especially in leather, where you could really have it in there. Maybe wax over the back. A long time ago I tried to get into metal or leather work, but it's long before I had access to Amazon Prime. And I need to, though. There's these little leather booklet things that you could use to dry your flies, and that wouldn't take much to make, And I think I have some of the stuff still that seals the edges of the leather. %15 vinegar. Oops. Oh, wow. I did not know that. I did not know there was just concentrated vinegar like that. Vinegar concentrate. Yeah. Industrial vinegar. That is really cool. I will definitely be getting that, because that, I just didn't know that existed. And it comes in all different percentages. Green vinegar. That is really cool. Whoa. You could get 275 gallons of it. That's sick. Wow. Yeah, I gotta look more into that, like all the uses of the different percentages. That's really sick. Did not know that existed. I'm gonna take this time to cut a piece of wax paper. My cutting mat is pretty old. It was actually my grandma's. She sewed, however, by the time I was old enough, I used to sew when I was a kid. Dresses, bags, all kinds of things. Actually got in trouble with the school because I sat on chewing gum. I didn't. I stuck it to my own skirt. I'm not even kidding. I really wanted to go home. But the skirt was destroyed. So, and I felt really bad about it. So I was like, you know, I can make bows and like a bag. And I made kind of, it was the most awful shade of green and yellow. I love plaid. Plaid is my favorite color. However, the one I was blessed with in middle school was like just an odd color combination. It wasn't the plaid itself that was bad. It was green and yellow plaid. It was the yellow shirt that they paired with it that was just not an appealing color combination. I forgot where I was getting. Oh yeah, so I made a bag with it, and they were very offended. It did not take much to offend that school. Alright, I'm gonna try to make the... Alright. Use this. I just gotta flatten the edges. So then there's definitely no slipping off. This one's gonna be way closer together. Just not exactly sure I'm gonna do that gracefully. Alright. I want it even closer somehow. This one's gonna be difficult, but very worth it. Oops. Just gonna get them a little flatter. Let's see. Alright, maybe. I have those pliers that stay squeezed, a smaller pair. I'm not exactly sure what I did with them. Let me check here really quick. Oh, nice. I feel like I see them in there. I guess not. Well, these are nice and thin. I'll at least be able to try the copper ones again and just use these. Nerve-wracking. Trying to get this. Just dipping some clear UV resin. Oops. Ah, man. I haven't gotten any on my hands in a long time. A little more, because then it'll be easier. It's really hard to see what is resin and what is metal. Everything's bouncing light. I'll worry about that in a second. Oh, maybe it's too close together now. That is... Oh, that is perfect. I don't think I'm gonna worry about like doming it or anything on the other side, because this will be right next to the body of the hook. Here, let me pull this up. I finally almost cis or I don't know if that made sense. I been looking at the smaller varieties of fish, and I was reading about the diet of the Mediterranean and a lot of smaller fish, and I feel like a lot of the time, especially on the coast, always targeting larger fish. I mean, not so much a blue heron, but on the piers, definitely targeting larger fish. And I really want to learn the smaller fish because I could make all kinds of good stuff. And I really want to fry whole fish to also, I know it sounds gross, but to get the bones for calcium. Everything has untold amounts of medicine in it, especially with whole food. Alright, this side's gonna be difficult, but if we do it quick, it shouldn't be too bad. Oh! Seeing it. I was just kind of shocked looking at it for a second. I was like, oh my god, that's pretty ideal. So I think it's gonna too cool. Little eyes. About the width in which they come. I don't know if you, oops. Well, there's some eyes. And it's flat enough that I feel like I could add iridescence to kind of be pupils. I think that's really gonna work. Just need some more weight. I should wash my hands. I gotta wash my hands. Got a little bit of the resin on it, and it's the worst smell possible, really. had to grab some baking soda. I used to use this soap called Agent Orange, and very corrosive, not corrosive, like granulated soap. Oh, that's better. I also spilled some water. Agent Orange. It's I wish I knew the Greek alphabet. It's such a cool one. Monopack indeed, I think. But that's them. And I'm going for dumbbell eyes. So this one's all wide. However, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, actually. If I could coat the whole thing in resin, which I think I'm gonna do anyway, because I'm not sure, I don't want to pull it, which I should for science, but I'm not sure how well the resin's gonna want to adhere to the metal, but if I just coat the whole thing, and it might round it out a little bit. It'll definitely make them larger, and I could keep going in and making them larger this way. Round and around. This will definitely make sure it doesn't pop off. Because sometimes I am quite surprised with the resin, like what it will adhere to, and then what it just randomly decides not to adhere to. Just gotta keep it moving. That's amazing. Huge. So all those scraps of, put it on a clip so it doesn't fall over under the strong light. But look how much that, compared to the other side, big ol' eye. I should have added a piece of glitter or something to the end for a pupil. But I'll do the next one. Oh, all these tiny little bottles. Ooh, no. I'm trying to remember to get a battery for my watch. I'm trying to keep it out in the open. These are the ones that these are the ones I've been using for pupils. They're a dark brownish purple, really shiny. No, those are the days where your belt loops are getting caught in doorknobs. Never happens when you're in a good mood. Like I can't find my Allen keys to loot. Is it this one? One of these. It fell off my chair earlier. I think that's gonna do something. So, a few of the lures that I've been seeing for bass have been essentially vibrant tassels, and I think that's gonna work, you know. I mean, they're heavy, and that is the goal. Put it on the side now. Get that nice and cured into the other side. Man, that worked a little better than I thought. So now, I think I'm gonna keep those ones as is, but I want to start another pair to add like pupils. Might add the pupils first. I'm not sure. Just can't get over how many of these are on that skirt. Every layer or tier has a lot. I need another bouncy board, which is just a rigid piece of poster board that this could bounce off of rather than just being flung everywhere. I used to do a lot of jewelry making with just scrap wire, and that stuff shoots right off. Man, it's hot. I know I say that every time, but it is hot in here. Not many updates with my parents. I seem to have kind of just rested today and yesterday. Which I finally heard from my mom last night. But tried to remind a little bit to not just rest, but also like walk. Okay. I guess I'll attach them first. Oh, maybe some tape to keep them in place. I do have that. Do that for the other side. And so hard to see it. Okay. Put that on the side. Oof. Like that's hot. Should grab a mask. I can't find the one that actually fits my face. it's a little big on me. Let's see. This time, this piece of tape is using for making eyes. It'll at least just keep that in place a little better. Night and day difference. I just put some clothespins on both sides to keep the tape from curling and have a spot to hold on to. Don't want that dripping everywhere. And after I poke it in there, I wait for the resin to just engulf it. Ah, no. But good job keeping the light on it. So then you poke it in, and it kind of parts like the Red Sea, and then you just wait, and it'll fall back onto it and grab it. gotta dig out a different mask. I have like regular ones, but they just look so medical. Still have some resin in my hand. Alright. This probably be a little, just need a few. Doesn't have to be neat because it's all going to be coated. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Kind of reminds me of soda caps or something. Nice eye. Hello, Jason. Because it's straight UV. I really should be wearing like proper stuff. If you dabble with this stuff, just don't do what I'm doing. It's UV resin, and until it's fully cured, it is super toxic. I'm very fumey. I'm just an idiot. Just an idiot on the internet. Let's see. I do have some glasses, but just when I make a bunch at once, I'm a little better, but even just using one or two, best to work. PPE. I don't know what that stands for. I just realized I don't know what that stands for. Personal protective equipment. Possibly. So that's nice. Need some more resin. Got a whole fresh bottle of this, which keeps for a long time. Mr. Resin is the brand I've been using for the last few years. All kinds of different things for little repairs, for jewelry. And just dip or coat the whole thing. I had some gas masks, but I just didn't store them right, and the rubber just started falling apart. Yeah, maybe a little too much at once. If you make sure all the little spots are covered, it will flow into itself quite nice. Cool. I cannot believe that worked as well. Might have to add some more because a little bit of the metal ridge is coming out, but big ol' eye. It's got a pupil. Put it under the light. Oop. Then I'll do the other side. Two-handed chop. Rest it on the other one. Sweet. And they make huge eyes. Iowa's really nice. I've only seen pictures, but of beautiful landscapes. I used to tie flies. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's really cool. See, at the time I was old enough, my grandpa was not in the best shape, but he used to tie flies long ago. It would be sick to have memories like that. Because those memories will last you a lifetime, and the lifetime of your offspring. Rochester, nice. Yeah, no, Florida's pretty good with that. Which, there's so many more things on this planet, more than just humans. Like, we got gators here, and up north there's bears. And hello Ollie. Making some fish eyes. Very hello. God, that's quick. I don't know what word I was going for. That's quick, but very nice. Big ol' eye. Yeah, this is gonna be the thumbnail. I've been trying to figure out how to change thumbnails, but it just gives me like two choices. I guess I could take a screenshot, and then the pictures that are the thumbnail for these streams, it gives you like 2 seconds to take the picture, and or choose a picture, but I always forget to have one ready, so it's not just like plain. And that's why the pictures are usually very off-centered. Gives you 2 seconds, and by the time they touch the button to flip the camera, like if I wanted to get a desk shot, it has already taken the picture. Okay, I probably have to take it off this, because I'm not going to be able to spin it. Oh, it was perfect. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Commit. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's brilliant. Probably even getting bigger. This line is UV reactive. Very cool. Yeah, get over it. I wasn't even gonna pop on a stream today because it's I was doing some just like chores or house cleaning, laundry, trying to get rid of any clothes that I can't really use. Because clothes that aren't worn don't last very long in Florida. The heat just gets to them. And like my long sleeve t-shirt that I really enjoy from a thrift store is really brittle, but can't get over this, honestly. Like 5 minutes before I came on stream, it was just going through old clothes, and finally decided to part with this skirt, which it's not like a very nice looking skirt, but it was great for yard work. And stuff is still wearable. I'll keep it forever until it falls apart for yard work. many events out here, so I don't really get much use out of my vintage stuff. Alright, I pulled out one to start making repairs on. Because if I do succeed in making sellable flies, I want to make a little promotional picture, I'll be real. And I got the perfect dress for it. I'm only halfway pulled it out. But it's from the 60s. So the hemming, or I guess, yeah, the hemming is disintegrating. Alright, got two. That's an old lily. Probably gonna just sell it off. Someone can use the fabric. It's in perfect condition, excluding the elastic is bad, which is very easy to fix. Really awesome print, really awesome colors, and it's signed. And hidden in the pattern, you can see Lily written. That was one of her trademarks. Florida legend. And this is the dress. It's got also stains on it, but I could never get rid of it. It's really nice, and I always wanted to have someone help cut patterns from it. But it's even got a train. It's a fish dress with a train. And it's got fish and seashells. It's by Royal Hawaiian, which I only have one more dress by them. And huge train. And it's even got like a thing to hold it somewhere. Is this it? Yeah, it's got this to hold the trains walking. It would be cool to get some promotional shots. I have a name picked out, however, waiting a little bit longer. And might try to do a LLC, a non-profit. I have a few ideas that I've always really wanted to get into orbit, and just gonna wait until I have the I don't know the verbiage, but wait a little bit until I came up with a name for that too, and I have to make the email for it, but it'll be a nice thing and way to interact with the environment, as well as group people together to also interact with the environment, and like beach cleanups, but also fishing, and like walking through mangroves and fishing along mangroves, and filling buckets, and maybe like whoever gets their bucket full the most gets a bottle of Jack or something. I don't know, I haven't thought that far, but it's been kind of one of those things, you know, like, oh, you know what would be a good idea, yada yada yada, nothing ever comes to it. Well, I'm full of those, but this is one that I've always went back to. Same thing with beach combers, to find shells, and like whoever fills a bucket, it's like a shell chandelier or something. I'm not sure, but something highly interactive, and a lot of really cool spots, and it would be nice. Yeah, that dress is sick. Found it in someone's garage forever ago. Oh yeah, the Rogan interview. Holy trucks. It was interesting. I wonder, I don't know how to say this, but like, Trump isn't a small guy, but they looked like they were the same size. So I wonder like how many other guests are like much larger than the perspective in which it is filmed, if that makes sense. Because that's the first thing that I thought. I was like, oh my god, they look like they're the same size. Which, Joe Rogan, you know, a handsome lad or whatever, but he's quite short. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but they're just different heights. I'm really trying to pick my words here. They're just different heights. And I thought it was interesting. I don't know what I'm saying. They're just I'm just gonna keep repeating that. They're just different heights. And yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I wish I didn't say that out loud. It's one of those things I was just thinking about watching it. Because I did watch a little bit of it. I can't believe 10 days. 10 more days. And then everyone could be friends again. My least favorite holiday, quite frankly. But, you know. Because, one thing too, like, it's a little different these last 2 go-rounds because of all the information that's available at all times. You don't have to wait until a certain time to catch a certain thing on the news. And I heard someone mention that, and I was like, oh, that's a good point. I don't remember who or on what, but ain't nothing wrong with accessible information. I just think that's one of the reasons why it's very chaotic. And I was watching one video that was showing old footage of. Never mind. Yeah, he's big. He's a big dude, but they look like the same size. If you see any bits of it, like it was the first thing I noticed. Is I mean, I didn't graduate the film high school that I went to. I was kicked out. They kept tossing out all my friends, and it was a clear scheme they were running. Just gonna leave it at that. Because they let it. Never mind. This is so long ago, I don't even think about it. But it was very interesting. I went there to learn how to make videos. I really wanted to make skate videos. Then I fell and busted my teeth out on bricks. So I used to skateboard a little bit, and couldn't do much. However, I really enjoyed using it as a vehicle, as well as jumping over small things. Wasn't very good at it, to be totally honest, but it also wasn't bad. And like, I couldn't drop it in half pipes or anything like that, but I liked street skating and hearing the asphalt under the wheels. Really nice. And but one day I tried to tail slide, like switch. I don't know what it's called. I'll be real. I don't know what it's called. But like the switching part. But I fell, and my face met bricks intimately. Usually I had braces at the time, so everything was still. It was gnarly. But didn't quit skateboarding after that either. I just kind of fell out of it later on. I don't know why. I wish I chose surfing. I feel like I'd still be doing that. And girl, what? I'm gonna screenshot that. Are you okay, Eric? If that's your real name. For real. Well, I used to know of a band called Necromantics, and Agent Orange for that matter, which, like, the soap, the acoustic soap. Girl, what the hell? Yeah, longboards are buttery smooth. I have an old one that my dad was throwing away, but it's still smooth. That's what I was gonna try to use to make So like the wheels are oriented going this way, like this. But if I move them to the side, just switch the orientation, I could probably use it to be a little trailer for a little hand trailer for the canoe. Bring it to the ponds or the lake. When anytime I'm trying to find a canoe trailer, I can never find them. But when I don't, OfferUp and Marketplace is absolutely full of them. When I go to my parents next, I actually think I have a short. Shoot. 800. That's not so. I can't believe that, really. 875 videos posted thus far. Yeah. I'll put this in the chat. This is that wagon thing. It might be too past any way of repairing, but all the metal and the hardware is there. I just need new wood to make like a little beach wagon or something. And I don't know if it's a clickable link. I wish. Why does it retract my messages? Why can't I post links? I feel like if I post it again, they're gonna yell at me. Maybe if I... Let's see. Damn. I posted a link once, and it turned blue, and it was beautiful, because you can click on it. But for some reason, every link I've posted just doesn't... It's not clickable. But it's entitled, I am losing my voice a wee bit, but check this out. And it's just a wagon. My dad actually got it so I could put a jewelry rack and plants on the back and sell it locally. However, his body's been broken for quite some time, and unfortunately, it became part of the Garden of Rust. Oh, it is blue. Maybe I just don't see it blue. I see it blue up there. Yeah, early 1900s. And the steering is really neat. Like, every bit of it's really neat. I didn't find much information on the company that was using it for advertising, Clark's. And trying to also find old pictures of Lake Worth Beach from the 40s. Yeah, it would be the 40s. My grandparents, so my great-grandparents had a restaurant. It was an RV, like a food truck, and it was called Emmett's Galley. And I can't find a single photo, because even just like a photo of the beach in the background, it was there for years. And I have a book on Lake Worth, which was really hard to find, and I actually gave up looking for one, and that's when I found one at a thrift store. But it's at my parents' house. Nothing in there. Is that the one? Is this the one? Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. It's a little uneven, but that's where practice will come in. It worked. And pretty good. Big ol' eyes. Huge eyes, and they got a, a thing, a pupil. So maybe I'll just spend some time ripping these things off so I can get rid of the skirt. Like this. One great thing about UV resin is you kind of could just let it sit there. I mean, the fumes, but it doesn't cure unless it gets hit by the UV light. So if you're working on something that takes a while, you don't have to rush it. Same thing with polymer clay. It doesn't cure or harden until you bake it. It's really fun to sculpt with. I'm not very good at it, but it's really fun. Well, this is gonna take a minute. There's so many on it. In good conscience, I couldn't just toss them. They're easy to pull off, meaning those forks, like some of them are already like poking straight up. And I could probably show. Wow, that's gonna take a long time. This is why I need a waterfall. I can't find any. I think the best bet is actually making one. I have a little pump somewhere already. It's gonna make a water tank, but never did. So I think I used it for aerating poo, worm poo. A friend of mine used to make worm compost, worm castings. However, the Solid Waste Authority shut her down. It's really intense. She was had a really cool business. Would go around restaurants, farms, and also had a subscription where you would get a bucket and keep it and fill it up with your kitchen scraps. Which I know gardeners don't part with their kitchen scraps, but people that don't garden made it be interactive. But yeah, I went to all the restaurants and got all the scraps there, however. And I had like temperature gauges on her piles and everything. Real beefy setup. But I just saw it as a safety hazard, collecting waste. And I can imagine like stuff off of people's plates, but like crab shells and oyster shells, that kind of thing. Gosh, it's a healthy pile. It is motorized. I'm not sure if that was added later. However, the like the light looked to be. It's got stuff on it. I wish I could tell you more. I believe it has motor.
Hello, beautiful ether. Is this salvageable? What can we do with this?
God, I was really losing my voice.
And it's gorgeous. The shape, carrot shape, gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was added later or what. Or if it's like a Frankenstein. Ooh, this kind of hurt my fingers now. Try to switch to the other hand. I love the light on it. It's framed in brass. I wish I had footage of my friend's boat. Sold it, so it's probably super gaudy now, but it was really, really well done. Everything was the mahogany and brass. JFK's old sink is so cool. spent years collecting all this stuff for it. It was really cool to be able to see it before it got sold. God. Alright. I think I am gonna take a break on that. Gotta save some of my fingertips. I have something to put this. I guess this. Is there something in it? Sounded really good. These are really great for fishing because most of the hooks that I'll be fishing with could fit in there and could throw, even without the lid, just to keep it from getting tangled, and then you could keep the whole rig. Well, there's those things in the toolbox. Those, ow. Gosh, can't get over how that works. I mean, it really is just a frame to hold the resin. And the mono is just the structure to keep them together. So there's really no reason why that wouldn't work. And got good weight to it, especially full of resin. And all the scraps of the lead wire I've been keeping, so I could start stashing this in it too. And that'll give it even more weight. Let something fall. Wow. That is sick, Ian. Bicycle with petrol, 80cc, good fun. My dad still has the old Honda Urban X or something like that. It was supposed to be my main vehicle, but my dad will get stuff sometimes and he'll just be like, I don't know, it just ends up sitting there. And beautiful bike. And can never find that shape of bike where it's like a motorcycle but kind of a scooter, and yeah, it's beautiful. That's one I'll put together. Yeah, that would be perfect Lake Worth bike. The Honda Urban Express. I believe from the 80s, 90s. 1982, that one was from. Really nice. Light. Wonder how much this sold for. Moped, that's the word I was looking for. Dang, that's a wicked setup. Got your quintessential crate in the back. And your little basket in the front. Yeah, it's beautiful. But it's still there. And just all, all corroded and all that. Petrol. I'll be real, I just looked up if petrol and gas were the same thing. There's some things that I'm just, in the moment. Lawnmower engine. My dad's got a good stack of those, and had a lot of plans. Ha! Very nice. Yeah, no, it's freaking scary because so many people are pushing the electric cars. It's Florida, and I like the coast a lot. And they were telling people if you have an EV to get it out of your garage because it's going to catch fire. One, it meets salt water. That is terrifying, in my opinion. That is terrifying. I remember one year, it seems like everyone in Lake Worth was attaching little gas motors to their bikes. Now it's all electric bikes, so you can hardly hear them. And there's electric dirt bikes too. Suron is one of the makers. It's pretty much the only maker I know. But they're quiet and they're fast. Really sick. I wish there was like a street legal one. There probably is, but I mean not a street legal, but like a. I did not prepare myself well for life. Oh yeah, no. The motors, I'm sure that could be turned into all kinds of things. And I know there's some lawnmower motors, and then there's one, I don't know if it's for a boat or what, but it's got 2 handles. And I gotta get a picture of it. It's got 2 handles, and I forgot what his plan was for it, but never did anything with it. But yeah, it would be sick to make all kinds of vehicles, like a like little around the towners, and pretty much like a trailer with a steering wheel, and cut out the vehicle, just the trailer on its own with a motor. Roto tilter. Let me look that up. Oh. I think I looked up the wrong thing. And I think it had a thing on it, like a something that it would have went into something to turn it. Motor with handles. I don't know what that's gonna do. Yeah. Kind of. I could doodle it. It's red. Shot of a eye. The round thing is the gas. Like this. That's the string that you pull. Oh, I guess it was a lawnmower. I might be just filling in the blanks here. There might not have been a string, but it was this shape. And it had a metal rod sticking out of it, and 2 handles on each side. And the gas somewhere up here. Not sure what it was for. Kind of reminded me of like a jackhammer kind of when I was younger. let me refill my water. I mean, my coffee cup. I just didn't put any milk in it, so it's kind of undrinkable. It's very bitter. I think I haven't been putting sugar in it. So there's a breach in the coffee maker. Coffee grounds made it their way into the brew. Just use a regular coffee pot. I used to make cowboy coffee because I didn't have a coffee pot, and some people would crush eggshells in it before they poured it in their cup, and the eggshells would capture the coffee grinds. But you don't need that. You just need to boil the coffee in the pot of water, the ground coffee, and bring it to a boil, and then let it sit for a second. And then most of the shells or grinds go right to the bottom. I made coffee like that for years. Which probably is horrific to like proper coffee drinkers. Oh, okay. Yeah. It is Saturday. And it doesn't keep me awake. It really doesn't. I could drink a pot and fall right asleep. And which comes to remind me of one of my old friends. Every month I look up his name plus mugshot, to be totally honest, and open book in this corner of the world, and he's back in there. He needs a lot of help, honestly. And real dark dude. I've noticed since I was a freshman in high school. And every now and then he pops back up, and it was just lunacy. And no judgment or anything, it's not fully his fault, but yeah. It was still open on my phone, so that's why it was in my mind. I talk out loud too much sometimes, but so what could it have been from? Maybe it was a I know if I ask, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about too. So I just gotta remember to ask. Because I know it's still there. I saw it last time I was there. And found a, what is it, autopilot. An autopilot for a sailboat, which pretty neat. Simrad. And an auto steerer. Cart engine. It's funny to say cart, because that's what he really wanted to make, was like a little soda box car. Let me look up with handles. Oh shit, forgot one right there. To turn the oven off. My bad. Got this at a thrift store and I quite like it. It is the same colors as, well, that every member of my family has, honestly. There's a lot of flannel wearers in my family. And this is that super nostalgic, usually go with red or blue, but couldn't believe it. The same tartan, if you will. Whoa, that's wild. Code actually put on Crocodile Dundee the other day, and it was the first time I seen it. I've heard the name my whole life. And anytime, like, gators and crocs come up. He's good. I'm surprised he hasn't popped on. Try to get the Kinto streams going, because when those are, I could share screen and it'll read comments out and so many different things. And I really gotta get back making some pixel art, because I do want to make a little fishing pier or like a dock and like a loch. I think I almost said it right. Anytime I say locks, never mind. Tartan, yeah. That is sick. Those strong trees. What kind of trees are they? I always wondered that. I never. Yeah. Pine trees? Because I see a lot of pictures of Scotland. And, the forests are incredible. Got a, video on Code's channel. Not, I didn't get it. I was there. One day I will make it, over there and see firsthand. No trespassing laws. You can hang out in castles. Ruins, real ruins, left by human beings. That is really sick. Like, we have the fort and a Spanish monastery in North Miami, but that was brought here in chunks. The fort, pretty cool. I believe in the 1400s. Wild peacocks. St. Augustine. And, but like ancient. No. See, I would have one of those like really neat collapsible shovels in my bag at all times. And like, dipping a camera under the water. It'd be really sick. It'd be really just, it's another world over there. It doesn't look real. Everything looks like an Enya music video. There's ruins, and the green is a very impactful green. Like, everything looks soft. It'd be really, really sweet to see. So pour more eyes, or I suppose more eyes are in order. So chase and pine. You know, I didn't think about that. See, my thought was, and that's why all humans are important. I'm still so taken. I have to like greatly reduce reading through comment sections because, oh my dear lord. But you can't see every side of any coin. But what was he getting at? Oh yeah. So I didn't think about that. What I was thinking is I won't miss any comments, because sometimes I fail to look down and over. And when the comments are on this screen, it does feel a little awkward, staring so close to it and reading. Like, I can't even process the words on the screen when I do it. $60 Shades of Green, very nice. If there ever should be a coffee table book, like, yeah. It's a very otherworldly, and also too, like, I mean, granted, there's probably some jaggedy areas in Ireland, but you see Ireland, it seems so soft, and then Scotland's super jagged, as if, like it's, like, grunting some winds that, I don't know, it's really, the differences between the two places in imagery anyways, is really interesting. And then, well, where's Ireland? What seas do you have over there? I have a globe up here. Isle of Man. I forgot that's a place. Okay. But St. George's Canal. Irish Sea, wow. Firth of Clyde. Oh, that's Atlantic. Or maybe all the like heavy winds are brushing over Ireland, and then I don't know. The differences in land is just, it astounds me for some reason, and I don't know how to put it into words. I guess Scotland is always, it's always more north than I think it is. And I've seen this quite a bit, but where's Florida? Yeah, almost. I'm only starting to really appreciate how big the states are. Like, if Europe was a country and they were all states, I mean, not that quite, or quite that big, but. Oh, so today I I was so I had the aim to try to learn more tips about fishing for bass, and just kind of ended up looking up random bits of tackle before, and let's see, tried to make some eyes, which I'm fixing to make more. It's just a little. I got hit with hunger, so I smell food and it's very big ol' eyes, and these we're gonna get thrown away on a skirt absolutely full of them, and they're just these studs used for just about everything or anything, like all kinds of things. And drop some resin on it. Here's some ones that are close together. Oop. Try to make some weighted eyes, or eyes that are big, and we'll get the bait down there. And okay, anyway, work hands. I make stuff, but big ol' eyes, just with the UV resin, just dropping it drop by drop. I'm still quite surprised how it exceeded my expectations, because I was only half sure it was gonna work, but it worked real good. Oh, I'm hungry now. I should not have walked out there. And I could get some pickles. I think the resin does it too. It's very fumey. I need to find my mask. I got my Gucci mask. And they look really good with the glitter, I think. Pupils. Now, I have some iridescent mylar, and it might be cool trying to coat the top of that. It's very scaly. I have pearl, which I'm very appreciative how, just like, there's so many little crossovers. I can't wait to start seeing people making flies and lures with the stuff you see people do. I don't know if you see nail art scrolling shorts and that kind of those kind of places, but these people are using Tesla technology, and you could achieve any technique. I'm just still so enamored by it. Some of the videos are hard to watch for me personally because they do push their cuticles, and it's very close up, very close up. But the art is just insane, and I can imagine being able to make shrimp shells and crustacean shells and different textures. You could even make little barnacles on things. I just fill the cup up with UV resin and move it aside because it cures with the UV light. And it's a little hard to see because it's metal and it's clear resin. But I poke. And I let the resin like kind of reconsume or consume itself around the plastic. And it's a little tedious, but this resin is really, really sweet. And the stuff that the nail people use, alright, it's called polygel. And polygel is like UV resin, but sculptable and super clear. I mean, it comes in every color, but the clear stuff is like super clear. And all the different powders is wild, but it's the stuff, and they take a brush, dip it in some magical solution, and then whatever amount of solution is absorbed into the brush, they dip it in powder, and it picks up a purple, perfect bead of the stuff, of the powder, mixes with the moisture in the brush, perfect bead, and it just starts melting. And then you take that wet brush, and you just sculpt. It's insane. It looks so satisfying. A little toxic, but you know, everything's a little toxic. And this resin certainly is until it's fully cured, but all I'm saying is it looks really fun. And I keep eggs and butter. Yeah, that has been life-changing. It makes, because like it's a good filler snack throughout the day, hard-boiled eggs. And oh dear, with butter it just makes it so much more filling and indescribable. And Code found from his childhood mashed eggs. So in Britain they call it Chucky eggs, or egg, and then Scotland usually calls it eggs in a cup, egg in a cup or something like that. And so yeah, it started a whole train of newly found. Well, I thought I knew, like I don't know what I'm trying to say. I thought I knew like all the possibilities of the hard-boiled egg. Not all of them, but it was so simple. So it's just a hard-boiled egg with some butter on it, with salt. And well, I had salt, and some pepper would have been nice, also. And something so simple, so very impactful. I'm not even exaggerating. Because now that, and with the like spiced meat, and like that'll keep you full all day. Like throughout the day, like munching on it. I really do like bringing food with me, picnics. Like, I mean, you gotta have snacks and stuff like that. But there's certain things that's like wildly simple. And the older I get, the more I appreciate the simpler things. That is like a huge understatement, honestly. And like simplicity down to keeping food whole. Like my ideal meal now would be just a whole cooked fish, some whole hard-boiled eggs, some whole roasted vegetables, and butter to dip it all in. I think that's pretty good. But you're never hungry, like, cause that, like, incessant hunger and need to feed is what, like, gravitates towards filler foods. But it zonks my energy levels. So I think the longer I live, the more I want to be like awake. And digestion doesn't need to be taking half of my day, so whole foods, anything whole. And it felt that way really for a good 10 years now. My friend Mark, he always has interesting fruits and produce, and he had the most perfectly massive round eggplant I've ever seen. And he just threw it in the oven, whole. And it was so good. It was better than any time I've ever made eggplant, and I used to make it a lot. I discovered how much I liked it, and I just couldn't stop eating it. But it was very good. It was the best eggplant I've ever had to this day, and just cooked whole. And that's so easy. And I quite like the aesthetics of it, even just a bunch of whole vegetables as they came, because they're really, really good as is. And you don't get bored of it. There's so many, especially with Food Town. In Palm Beach County, here we have Food Town, which every continent has an aisle, massive aisle. Everything's fresh. I don't know how they keep so much in stock. It's packed. It's a huge, like, public-sized store, but absolutely packed with things that a lot of it have, like, I'm just shocked is there, like the reef fish, I mean, they even have parrotfish. Wild. Which, another one of my, like, weird little things, I probably wouldn't, I like parrotfish a lot, I like swimming with them. And they have a beak. I guess they eat I don't know, what do they eat? I know they poop sands. But I kind of always pictured them eating shells, but I guess what would they be eating the shell for unless they were trying to get at what's in the shell, maybe? I don't know. They're really pretty though. The ones here are just about every color, and I can't help but remember the rainbow fish from childhood. Hey, haven't had a monster in like 2 days. Doing real good. I discovered a new love. A certain ice cream that is shaped like a certain character named SpongeBob. Don't read the ingredients on them. Don't read the ingredients on them. They are horrible. But I wish I knew ice cream that texture. I went for fun and nostalgia, because I haven't seen an ice cream truck in a while, and I haven't gotten anything off of one for like a lifetime. But grabbed one and just, I don't know what it is. It's like a space ice cream or something. The ingredients are terrible. I wish I didn't disclose this information. They also have Spider-Man. Parmesan. That's something I've been putting on everything. Because it's like salt. So it's a whole seasoning. And it's cheese, so it's got dairy. And real good stuff. And it'll last forever. Even the hunks from the store. Because we have also dry cheese, which a lot of people call it. And it's shelf stable Parmesan dust. but still really good. I have it in my future camp crate. Been hoarding some stuff, so I'll be ready. Just gotta get a Coleman grill, which at my parents' there's a few of them. Last time I just grabbed the one that's broken and just didn't check it. So used to grabbing them. Those little metal grills, and it has 2 burners. A lot of people here have them, and it takes the little propane tanks. Those things are my favorite. But I don't know if this is in your parts. Powdered cheese. Shelf stable powdered cheese. But figured it would be really good on. I think fish and chicken are the things that are supposed to be off limits to cheese, but I don't know if it counts with this. And also, that's nonsense. Fish is excellent with cheese. I can't really think of a time where I had fish and cheese, but I'm sure it would be an excellent combination. I forgot to add the pupil, but I was able to add it when the resin was, when I put the resin on it. Very nice. I am very excited that that worked, because when I get the hang of it, I'll be able to make them the perfect width apart, and that will be good for a lot of stuff. And on top of that, stash some of the lead in it. They're just so big and fishy. I feel like this was an accidental good thing, because I've just been really like trying to put into practice the stuff I've been learning via internet, and starting to slowly follow patterns. But I'm really stoked with these. And I do have to find the iridescent glue. If I could get the top of the bead iridescent, and that would be... The only problem is it's so uneven, but there is Mylar dust in the corner of the bag, so maybe that will do it. Because even just like a pad of this stuff. Ooh, something there. I have, oh, I'm sure that'll be useful. Ooh. Something. Thought I felt something in my eye. I just kind of tried to ignore it. Oh, there's the iridescent glitter. I really like this stuff. And they have finer grain too. But they're finer grain too, where you don't even see the granules, but for scales, for tiny scales, I think it's a good effect. Or, I had it already, so I'm really excited to have stuff that I could put to use. Maybe pink? I think pink with that blue instead of the purple. I have this, but it's only a little iridescent. It's mainly just clear Mylar, and they just kind of mixed iridescence in it. Could give it like old school gesture eyes. Okay. I think there's one more shade of pink. I think it's like a purpley pink, so... This is just random glitter. This is... I don't have white circle glitter, but I have these stop sign shaped ones. I forgot the shape. And I haven't... Yeah. My memory hasn't refreshed on that yet, I guess. But That's what I've been using for the eyes, for the small eyes. And then these big round ones come in quite handy too. Because with the resin you can make pretty tall domes to make pretty convincing eyes. So yeah, it's like a purpley, but maybe that'll be good. It's a little dustier than the pink. I'm trying to think. Because there's some glitter in there. Use tape. And it gets all the stuff off the silicone. As you can see, it's not frequently. I gotta try to get the powdery, because the big flakes I don't think are gonna do me very good. Radiated. Friend just gave me a uranium glass. I don't even want to tell the story. It's so embarrassing. I had a radium glass citrus squeezer glass, and for some reason I set it right down on a stovetop I turned the wrong stovetop on, I think. That's what happened. It's a very long time ago. Just first apartment. That thing exploded like nothing I've ever seen. It projectile glass in every single direction. It was like an orb of glass for a millisecond. But yes, I did that. And pretty neat though, the hole. Yeah, the mylar when it's in resin really wakes up. It's incredible looking. Oops. Okay. Let's try and get it saturated because there's flakes, and sometimes 2 flakes will get stuck and there's no resin in between them, so it will not be attached. But, okay, let's see. The mylar is very nice. And it's flakes because that's what I use, but they had all different kinds. And it wakes up completely in resin. It looks like opal. You're on a thread organizer. I think this is gonna do something at least. Could have sworn, yeah. Did I just do one? Guess I'll attach it to the mono first and then add the mylar and then the pupil and then just dip the whole thing, or I guess dip the whole thing and then do the pupil. That worked. And one last step. Flatten them, and it won't go anywhere. Makes that a lot easier. Oh, my stomach is growling. I'm probably... Okay. Too excited to see this outcome, though. Okay. Should probably also don't like your I think this is gonna go too good. Hope I could get it coated. I'll just try this first. There's small little bits, and that's what I'm trying to get. Just there's such large chunks. Too big. This is probably gonna take a minute. And I don't need a terrible amount, it's just to give some natural prismatic fish eye. This tiny, oh. Trying to find tiny pieces, or else it won't lay flat. I think that is fine. Fish eyes are really beautiful. So I want to give it actually I think that is a good idea. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. And so with the pupil, I think that's a good looking eye. Maybe I'll try to dig out some thicker mono too, just to make it like extra. And I could use the copper. If I could manage to either rivet two ends of the thick copper wire, I could put them in these metal casings. Nice and big. This will keep it from slipping off. Wow. It came out as I hoped, honestly. That one is a little bent. Let's put that under the light. Oops. Oh. And they got nice weight to them. And one day I'll run into a scale at the store, gas station, I'm sure, and I'll be able to start like getting to be them to at least be certain weights. I wonder if I could fill this with like lead solder, like cut up bits, just for weight. And some old stuff. Okay. I just really like how that came out. Maybe I should add the pupil now so I could see. Just a little bit of resin because the whole thing's going to be coated. Hi. Alright. Let's try to get it a little more centered. Sometimes with glitter it's so light, it begins to flow towards, I guess, whatever direction has the most tension. I like it so much. It's very domed, so it's a little difficult getting it to stay. I do want it centered, but oops. That's interesting, huh? It's such an unnatural movement that the glitter piece is doing as soon as, because I guess less resin on that side, so it's being, or more resin, and so it's being pulled up. I don't know. It's going creep as if it's floating. And yeah, has a kind of cat's eye effect. The pupil. I really like how that came out. What about scale, I guess? So I want to start weighing them so I could get them to be like half ounce or a full ounce, or probably so I can weigh them. And I always see scales at the gas station. I really do. Ones that look like CDs around the glass like dividers. Alright. Should have enough to fill this. Ooh. Cured a little bit. That would be interesting to fill like a cup with UV resin and get a UV laser and point it at the, just like swirl it around and try to pull out what shape. That sounds very toxic. but every now and then I'll hit the light at a weird angle and it'll cure the most random like shapes and it comes out as blobs. When I first discovered this stuff, I probably scarred my lungs a little bit, honestly, because I just couldn't get enough of it. It's really endless fun. Look at that. Like, it cures so easily, so you can use it even to just tack stuff in place and get to it. And for large molds, you can use this stuff, you just have to use the sun. If you have really bright sun like here in Florida, you could just use the sun. And I did pretty big things with the sun. But yeah, nice thorough cure. Should probably get out of here in a second though because this fumus. God, I can't get over that. And the whole thing's gonna be coated in a second, so it's gonna be a big beefy eye. And this is the one. I think this just has the pupils. But that flat disc just feels like free real estate, and you could get some iridescence on there. God, I'm losing my voice again. Yes. Okay, what am I looking for? Step 2 is Mylar. Alright, so we got just a few chunks. Alright. I'm getting really good at oh, did you hear that? I don't know if you could hear that. My stomach is rumbling. Maybe it's just need the Mylar, not a ton of resin. Scrape. Good. Alright. My stomach is telling me things. Try to get some of this resin off. Oh, goody. This happened to be a piece just the right size on the... Yeah. Oops. Dang it. Well, it's all gonna be coated anyway. Sometimes if it's not totally cured and you touch it, you're gonna get like fingerprints and it looking not crystal clear. And this stuff is super clear. And anywho, just coat more resin on it and it'll be clear again. No, and I hear rubbing it with alcohol helps, if that. And also if you have UV glue that won't cure completely or still feels a little tacky. One last pupil. Hunger just hits me out of nowhere. Oh, well, I guess that's what, yeah. It was just like pretty dang close, so I didn't want to risk moving it. And the pupils just needed a quick tacking on anyway. Sweet. So now I just gotta dunk these guys in resin, but I'll let all that cure first before doing all that. And I gotta eat. It just hit me like bricks, and these fumes are not. I wasn't sure which one was Milo. I'm really excited about these. Yeah, and these can be found on just about anything. Belts that are falling apart, I'm sure, in thrift stores. They're just studs. I see them covering everything. And I do look at women's clothing a lot, so I guess that's where you would find them. But especially in quantities such as these. And there's still so many. Oh man, that's a ton of eyes. And they're good and heavy, so I think they will sink a little bit. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm gonna eat and all that. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hunger just hit me like a freight train. And oh please no way. But brutally appreciated. I don't know what to say, honestly. Quite speechless. And good at ranting, but also often find myself quite speechless. And maybe even some, because this will be a lot easier to spread. But that'll be perfect for scales, like to cover the heads. I still don't know how to add those to things. I gotta look it up. And some sink and some float, and I think that'd be strategic. Oh, hopefully pinks. Losing my voice a little bit. Should probably start drinking hot coffee and not. It's pretty cold. Still. Serious dysfunction. But on that note, happy trails. Good night. And yeah, stud eyes. I hope everyone has a beautiful night. Love y'all, and happy trails. I am starving. So gotta good night, Fierce Faith. I think you dearly. And hopefully Pink Faith. I appreciate that. I feel like yeah. I wanna get a waterfall for the desk, so it's like water sounds, but good night, Aunt King. Hopefully you're feeling a lot better, or start, at least we'll start to. I mean, after the but I hope you feel hope you feel good. Trying to speak, but happy trails. Thank y'all. See you tomorrow. Sorry. Oh, I'm using the wrong phone. I'm hungry.